I'm so glad to see you. I figured since the Penn State game was on, you'd all be home or there with Father Josh, watching the game, enjoying yourselves, going away for a whole day. Anyway, never mind. I'm not angry. I'm not, whatever. He can do what he wants with his free time. But anyway, no, I'm so glad to be with you. Hope you have a great weekend. I do not like when I have visitors to the rectory. And what I mean by visitors is not people, but animals. A few years back especially, we had a little mouse issue. Field mice, nothing major. But we had these mice that were, having a field day. Field mice having a field day in the rectory. So it was getting to the point where I was getting a little unnerved by it. But then one time I saw one. I was standing somewhere and I saw one, and it ran in, and it was a hardwood floor. It ran in and it looked up and it saw me and it stopped, but it kept sliding. And then it stopped and then turned around and ran out. It was like it's not all, they don't need to be in there. But it was like a cartoon. So I laughed. It was the one time I wasn't scared of the little things, And then this week, I walked past the office Thursday night and I saw flying in my office, a little bat. So, yes, I know. Yeah, we like mice, but we don't like bats. So it was flying around. So I quickly shut the door and put something under the door so it wouldn't fly out. And I had a parishioner come, because I wasn't going in there all by myself, but I had a parishioner come and he helped me. And so we went looking for it, couldn't find it. And then I called a Batman, and he came to look, but he couldn't find it. But I went in there. I had this parishioner, I asked him to help me. What did he bring? A towel, so that I could get it down and then put it on a towel. But it wasn't anywhere to be found, but I was swinging it around like this. I was paranoid because that thing was getting out of there. It's an unwelcome guest. Who likes that? Now, if I ever saw a snake in that rectory, I'm sorry, but that whole thing's coming down. It cannot exist. But we have these things like unwelcome guests. I do not want them. It does not belong in there. Not at all. And I'll do anything to get them out. Maybe you have the same feeling. Well, for God, in his house, we are rightfully, because of who we are and what we've done, we are rightfully like those animals. We do not deserve to be there. We do not deserve to even show our face there. If God were not the good God that he is, but like us, he'd be swatting at us to get us out. He'd be laying traps all over the place. He'd be doing everything so that we could not be there. But thanks be to God, we are not just, well, you can come in if you want. We are not just tolerated. We are invited. And because of this event, his death and resurrection, he desires the entire world, without anyone excluded, to be in his heavenly kingdom. Now, this gospel makes us see that. We don't just invite the people we like to our parties. We invite the people we don't like. As a matter of fact, the people we don't even think deserve to be there. They come too. And what Jesus is describing is not just how we treat others, but how he sees us. The fact I see it is, I'm at the party and I'm inviting other people. What he's telling me is, I'm like those people too, who aren't seen as worthy, because I shouldn't be. But because of how he sees me, it's different. He wants me to be there. And not only wants me to be there, he died so that I could be there. He died so that you could be there. He died so that the person we think is the least deserving could be there. And it's because he doesn't love them any less than he loves me. He doesn't love them any less than he loves the Pope. He doesn't love them any less than he loves whoever we put on the highest pedestal. because to him, each of us was worthy of his love and his blood. And so we have to think about heaven in a completely different way. People ask, will I see my family? Will I see my friends? We are one body in heaven. So yes, we will know that they are there. But we're not just going to be in a little cabin cornered in with people we like. We have to understand that there isn't like a heaven for like Eagles fans and a heaven for like Cowboys fans. Well, they aren't going to be there anyway, but I'm just joking. But we have to understand that the people we think the least of are going to be there too, and not in a separate place. There is no division in heaven. And so, how do we see that? Do we? There's a prayer that I'm going to pray during the Eucharistic prayer today. I think I know it. It's that we are going to live this life with you, Jesus, and then this line is awesome, until the hour when we stand before you. Think about that moment. And then the next line, which is even more, saints among the saints in the halls of heaven. I get chills thinking about that moment. Who's going to be standing there? It's not just St. Teresa, Mary, St. Joseph. It's not just like the ones we know. It's going to be everyone that we do not, probably many people who we do not even expect. People we do not like. Why? Because God loved them and they desired to be with him. There's an awesome prayer at a wedding, a blessing at the end of a wedding mass. And the couple is blessed, and I say these words: may you be witnesses to God's charity and love, so that the afflicted and needy who have known your kindness may one day receive you thankfully in heaven. So the people who were poor, the people who had less than we had, poor in physical things, but also in spirit, in spiritual things, that the people who needed us would be the ones who stand at that moment at the gate at the hour that we are standing with God. And they're welcoming us into heaven. And if we denied them, God may direct them to form a barrier for us. But if we helped them, they would line the road in which we walked into that great kingdom. And so, brothers and sisters, this has to change how we see each other in this life, not just in heaven, not just, I'll like them when I'm there, but not when I'm here. This gospel is not just about heaven, although it is mainly about it, but it's also about how we should see each other and how we should treat each other and those factions that we create in our own life. If we do not seek to have a unity here on earth, we will not desire a unity in heaven. And therefore, we may be denied that unity. And so, brothers and sisters, we come here today knowing the truth of heaven. It is the unity of the body of Christ, which there is no separation, no division, not even with the people that we cannot stand. But also, if we create division in this life, and that's the way of the world. That's how the evil one works, especially today. We see the effects of it. We saw it earlier this week. We cannot operate that way. And if we do, we will not see eternal peace in heaven. But if we do operate, even when we fail, we come back to him and say, Jesus, I created that problem. I desire to fix it. He will welcome us into his heavenly kingdom, where there is the only place we can expect any peace. Let's desire that peace with all his saints, those we expect and those we don't, so that we may be with him forever. Praise be Jesus Christ, King of the universe.